Hey guys, today's card I'm going to be using the stamp that, one of the many stamps that I got as a gift from Mel as a little cupcake. To be honest, there were so many I just didn't know what to choose, but this is what we went for in the end. So we're going to be using this and some beads from Martha Stewart and maybe some pearls that I've got and some other bits and pieces. And the paper that I'm using is actually this cupcake paper. Now this is actually some wrapping paper that I found in just a normal gift store locally. And it was only £1.50 and you get 2 huge sheets out of it. And I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So in a way that was kind of what made me pick the cupcake, because I just thought I want to use this paper so much. And it even came with 2 tags. Now the first part, I've already pre-cut some of this card. That's my envelope. I've managed to find a nice pink matching envelope. I've taken some of this topsy-turvy paper and I have cut this at, it makes a 5" by 5", so 5 inches by 10 inches. What I'm going to do is I've already pre-cut a piece of this paper to fit on the front here, like so. So we're going to stick this down, just using a regular glue glider. It's quite light paper because it is wrapping paper. It's not hugely thick, so I think that this is quite strong enough to hold this down nicely. Okay, make sure we're opening it correctly. Now with this card, what I've decided is, I think I've used this before, is the topsy-turvy card where it's 2-sided, so you've got the pale side and the dark side, and on this occasion I've decided to use the pale side on the outside and the darker side on the inner side. And so we'll just place this centrally, like so. Stick that down. And then I have pre-cut 2 pieces of the, again, another piece of that topsy-turvy card. And again, I'm going to use the pale side. And then a pink piece of Miri card, and I'm going to mat that up like that. So we just put this to one side, and again just get my glue runner and attach this to the front. Okay. So then you've just got a nice little border, and I'm just going to literally pop this, sorry guys, in the centre here once I've stamped my image, and not do a lot else, because I think the paper in the image, once I've finished with the image, is going to be enough on the front there. Okay, so I've got my cupcake on my rocker block here, and I've also got, I finally got some Memento ink. It's because I am going to colour this image in using some pro markers. Okay, so now I think in order to make sure that this stays put while I'm doing my stamping, I'm just going to put a tiny piece of this glue runner down on my mat and just stick the card down onto the mat itself. Okay, so let's stamp this image up. I have to say I do really like these rocker blocks. They do make things a lot easier. So just make sure that it's really nicely inked. There we go. And then we're going to rock from top. I'm just going to sort of check whereabouts I need it to be. We're going to rock from top to bottom to put our image on. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. This is one of the tags. All I've done is it came with a little hole and a string on the top. On this occasion, sorry, I didn't want that, so I've just literally just chopped the top off inside my card, and I think that I want it to be kind of like that. So that's the advantage again of sticking it down first, because you can kind of pre-plan, and then I can rock that absolutely straight but know that it's at the right angle. Okay, the stamps are lovely, thank you Mel, they really are beautiful, they're stamping beautifully. So exciting to have some stamps, because I don't know if you saw the video that I did that when I was opening my box from Mel, but I was explaining that I just got rid of all my stamps that were on blocks, so I really only had sentiments, so I was so grateful. Okay, so sweet thing we're going to do is we're going to use our pro markers just to colour in part of this cupcake. Now, to show you, this is the box that I made to put my pro markers in. This is actually an old ice cream tub, and I just took a piece of pearl paper where I couldn't get rid of the label that was there. There was like still white marks. Then I took another piece of the same pearl paper and I embossed it. I'm not entirely sure what I embossed it with now. And then I took these fun foam and I just cut out loads of different shapes on my Cricut and some pre-cut shapes that I had, and I basically just decorated the whole of the top of that just to keep my pro mark. I'm just going to decorate the bottom part of this cupcake. And what I just did was I took a piece of scrap of the same card and I just tested some colours, because obviously being pink I wasn't sure what colours would go over the top of the pink and still look the same. So what I've decided is to use, because I'm going to be using the pink and blue in the icing in a minute, but I've decided to use the green and the yellow for the base part of the cupcake. So just using the wide tip part of this pro marker, which this one is called Canary, we're going to colour in the bottom part of this cupcake. Now I have to say I do love these pro markers. I just tried a set for the flesh tones for the paper dolls and things like that, and they're brilliant. And now when I do my paper dolls, all I have to do is literally just cut them out on white and use sort of the flesh tone pro markers, and you can give them little blush cheeks and all sorts, because they blend really, really well. You don't get any lines or anything like that, so it's just really, really nice the way that they work. Okay, so then I'm going to take the green, which is called lime green, and I'm just going to go over sections of this cupcake and at the bottom of the wrapper part of it. Now you could use the narrower nib as well if you wanted, if you found that easier. And then we're just going to give it a bit of a stripy look. And then just going back to the yellow, I'm just going to blend that base part in. That's the beauty of these pro markers. Where there was that strong line of the green, you can then just blend that in. So although, I don't know if you can see as well, let me blend, oh, let me just, you can see where the green is still at the bottom, but it's just blended through. And the next thing we're going to do is colour the flower. I'm going to do that in the yellow. Like so. I'm now going to stick this to the front of the card, because the next part involves adding beads and stuff like that, so obviously it'd be easier to stick it down while it's still flat. Okay, so let's just take our glue runner and try again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then next thing we need to do is this icing. So what I've got for this is these Martha Stewart beads. I really love Martha Stewart, she's another one of my favourites. And I've got these two colours here that I thought went really nicely with the card. And this is called Blue Topaz and this one is called Kunzite. So let's try those two. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my Anita's 3D Clear Finish Gloss, so any glossy accents or anything like that will probably do the trick. And then I'm going to do one section at a time on here and put my beads on. So let's do this first one. Now the reason I'm doing the glossy accents is because obviously then we know it's going to dry absolutely clear, and should any bits show through, it's going to just look nice and shiny and not sort of just a big gluey mess, and also they will stick really well. So we're going to do this section and this section. I'm just avoiding the black lines because I really want those to show through if possible. So you've got like a gap between each section because I'm going to do alternate colours. And then the last section. Now I think I'm going to do these ones in pink. Excuse the dog barking in the background there. She always has to have a say. Okay, so then we get the beads. I'm going to use a little bead tray, glitter bead tray, because these beads do tend to bounce quite a lot. So just a piece of paper I don't think will be quite enough to stop them disappearing all over the room. Okay, so let's see if this works. As you can see, look how they bounce, something terrible. Okay, so that's part one. See how effective that looks. Okay, and then I'm going to put those beads back in the pot. Then I'm going to put my glossy accents on the other sections. Again, just avoiding that black line. Bit harder now because you're trying to go in the gaps. And taking the blue, which is called Blue Topaz, and then we'll just drop those over the top and tap off the excess, and there you go. And you've got a few of the blue on the pink, but I quite like that. Lastly, we're just going to use some of these pearls, and I'm just going to put one of these pink ones in the centre. Again, I think I'll use my glossy accent to adhere it. So that if for any reason it shows at the edge, it won't really notice as a problem. And then we're going to use this pink one and just drop it in the centre, like so. Okay, use a bit of a glue dot and then just stick that down on the corner here, just to finish that off. So then we just stuck that in the inside like that. So we've got the tag on the inside that says Sweet Thing, and then we've got our cupcake card like so. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and see you again next time. Bye!